Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Unit number 4, arrays, 10th class. Today we are going to study our unit number 4, which is about arrays. We had completed so far our first three units. First is problem solving, second is about data types, and third is about control structures. Now we are going to utilizing our unit number 2 and 3 in unit 4. What is array? Let's take an introduction. And in previous chapters of this book we have written a simple program in which less number of variables has been used as numeric or string variables. If we have to use 100 or 1000 different variables in a program, it will become difficult to handle them. For example, a program has to store names of hundreds in a computer. It needs 100 different variable names. So an array can solve these types of problems by defining names instead of contagion memory located defining several names for string different values. Arrays are used to process a large amount of data of same type. For single variable or constant, you have to define multiple how much many you have the variable, the many you have the constants. If you want to declare a simple variable, you need to do it, but if you you want to use 100 variables, you have to call out 100 variables. But in arrays it reduces our effort by doing such thing that you declare just one array that can store 100 variables at once. What is an array? An array is a collection of variables that can store data of same type. Each memory location holds a single value, which is called an element of an array. The array is represented in the computer's memory by a set of consecutive memory locations. The memory locations are referred to as element of the array. Array takes up a great space to store all the elements that are we going to store in a single array. It takes multiple memory locations that are refers to a single array. Each array is given a name and the element of the array are accessed with reference to their position or location numbers. This position number is called index or subscript. The subscript or index value is written in parentheses with the name of array. The first element of the array has an index value of 0 unless specified otherwise, and the index is incremented for each next element. By default, the first element has the address of 0. Okay, but you can change it. General format syntax. Array name, size of array. An array is referred by its name followed by a subscript enclosed in parentheses. Where array name, array variable is the variable name of the array. Size of array or subscript or index value is specified number of data items that it will contain. Each element is given a unique storage location in the array, and a subscript or index value is used to identify the position of a particular element. In this way, you type the name of an array. You use the syntax. First, the name of array will come, then in bracket you will type the size of array. That the size of array is defined by the numbers of the values that are going to be stored in it. The subscript, which may be an integral expression or simple variable, is closed in parentheses after the array name. We have only dealt with unsubscripted variables, so for which are simple variables that are only capable of storing one value. Array can store multiple values. An array is called a subscripted variable because when we need to access a certain element, we must use a subscript to point to that element so we can differentiate from the rest. All array element in an array has the same variable name, which is also the name of the entire array. An array variable can be numeric or string. For example, our string and $sign is consist of 5 elements, and $0 and $1 and so on, and $4. It can be represented as below. And $0 contains name Slim, and $1 contains Asma, and $2 contains Majid, and $3 contains Bushra, and $4 contains Mahmoud. Now n $sign is the array name, and 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are elements location, and Slim, Asma, Majid, Bushra and Mahmood are the data that are stored on these locations, where 0, 1, 2 so on 4 are the subscript used to identify the array location, so that $0 and $1 so on and $4 are addresses in the memory where the values will be stored. Values can be assigned to the subscripted variables by let statement, read data statement or input statement. The size of subscript index value can be variable or number or a numeric expression. The data that is going to be stored in an array can be predefined during the programming or can be taken from the user. Next is filling and printing an array. Using read data or input statement, you can add data into the array that a user want to store. Data into string and numbers is entered in an array by using let, read or input statement. Data may be assigned to the subscripted variable in an array. The following program is to store the string values. It is illustrated by both read data statement and input statement. Example: for k is equal to 1 to 4, read and $k, print and $k, next k, data Shaista, Mahmood, Salim, Hina, end. And when you run your program, it will show you Shaista, Mahmood, Salim and Hina in the way you have added the data. When this program is run, the subscript variable and $k automatically represent each of 4 elements in the array. The first time through the loop, when k is equal to 1, the string Shaista is assigned to and $1 and so on. Example 2. For k is equal to 1 to 4, input enter the name of student and $k, next k. For k is equal to 1 to 4, print and $k, next k, end. We are using 4 next statements. Enter the name of student Shaista, enter the name of student Mahmood, enter the name of student Salim, enter the name of student Hina. It will ask four next statement will ask you 4 times for the data, and after you have entered the string, let's wind up our lecture here. We will continue our lecture from here tomorrow. If you have any question or any issue, let me know. Give it a text in the group.